My name is Levile, known as Levile. My name means honey and wealth, but don't G-check me on that. But that's what I go with, innit? Sweet. So I've been content creating since 2019. That's a lie, 2017. That was the first show that I was on called Timeline. And that was my first time kind of, I guess, being a part of content. But in terms of creating content, 2019. And that's when I feel like came into my own and my own voice and create vision, so yeah. The moments, or series of moments that got me invested into my career has been hating the job I was in. Listen, when I say this job was a good job, and I hated it with my entire soul. Like, I would go to the toilets, I'm not gonna say I cried in it, but it was long, innit? It was really long. And whilst I was at that job, I just kept thinking up what I really wanted to do. I questioned myself, I was like, this is a good job and you still don't like it. What else is out there for you? So anyway, I think it was hating my job and realizing that I had to do something about that got me into what I do now. If I have an idea, it is one of the funnest things in the world to bring that to life. And whatever title you want to put on it, wherever you want to put my invoice, that's your problem. But that's what I do. So the hardest part of being a content creator, I'm going to be real. I think it's two things. It has to be learning how to detach yourself from the performance of your content, because when you put a lot of yourself into it, if it doesn't perform the way you want it to perform, and I think this would also be advice I would give to like a younger self. If it doesn't perform the way you want it to perform, you might think that it's a bad idea. If you're really involved in your content, you might even think that you're not doing well. Nah. I remember one time Chucky Online, shout at him, he said to me, not everything's gonna slap. Show up every single time. And I think, because I put so much of myself, it's like super important to like remember to detach yourself. Once you give it to the world, it's no longer just yours. And like, I think that's a healthier way of looking at things. So growing up, it was me and my mom, then my sister came along, but it was quite a tight-knit family. School was very boring to me, very claustrophobic, very in a box, like, you are whatever they think you are. So loud black girl, like that's all you are. Even though you might be super into like sci-fi or something, like no one gave you the room. Especially because my mom didn't let me go out. But in my house, yeah, I was able to like kind of explore my imagination. We are very funny in my household. I'm probably the least funniest person in my household, if I'm honest. So constant banter, shows, my wife and kids, humor, color, creativity, like, I personally think I came up with YouTube before they came up with YouTube, innit? Because in my head, I didn't do nothing about it, but in my head, I just felt like, yeah, everyone I know is funny. Like, everybody should have an outlet. Everyone I know has something to say. So I've always been interested in meeting new people. I love meeting strangers. Like, yeah, I just love discovering things. And where people read books, I think I meet people. Like, I learn about their story that way. That's always been an interest of mine. So it makes sense that, like, connecting with people was going to be something that I wanted to do. So yeah, 3 creatives that I would love to work with that I haven't already worked with before would be, I would love to have a conversation with Brie Runway. I would definitely love to have an in-depth conversation with Michaela Cole. Like, her work is crazy and reflects a reality. Anyway, I love Michaela Cole. And then I think I would love to work with Dave Chappelle. I would love to, yeah, I would love to work with Dave Chappelle one day for sure. The creative that I would love to shine a light on and should be on the hot list next year, I think is Bisola Otun. I think she's like, from hood veganism to like just her vibe. I just think there's a person she represents that I don't think gets a light on. And that's what I think we all try to do, speak to who we represent. So yeah, I think she'll be cold. She'll be cold. Bake me something though, but yeah, she'll be cold.